Welcome back to Critical Foolery. So, on today's agenda is part 3 of our Starting Out series. So, we're going to get into the differences between light, medium, heavy, and assault mechs, and kind of generally what their rules are in the game. This is a idea, not the rule. Let's put it that way. You can play them how you want to within those classes. It's just what you can expect. So we'll start off with the light. Light mechs are up to 35 tons. So they're 20 to 35 tons normally, and they are fast and small. That's a key thing, is that they're very small. The lighter the mech in the sizing here, as you'll see, the smaller it is. The harder it is to hit them. That being said, they can't hold a lot of necessarily weapons or armor, so their weapons are generally close range. They're very fast, though. They're very fast and very small. But within the 20 to 35 ton range, as you can see, the Mist Lynx is 25 tons. We're going to jump up to the Panther, that's 35 tons. You can see there's quite a difference in height. So within the lights, there's also different roles I guess you could play. The Panther, I like to play more of a fire support, longer range sniper. You move pretty fast to skirt around on the outsides, not being in the front line, but still offering fire support. Lights also have ECM, which is really good for your team or for yourself when you're scouting out in the middle of nowhere. And they just generally tend to be the fast assault. Well, you want to go for assault with them, so they're fast mechs that are good at taking out or causing mayhem and taking out opponents through the back. Normally lights will go for assaults if they're left alone, or you can get into the back of them because they can rip into the back really efficiently, and assaults don't turn that fast. Now mediums are kind of a happy ground between what heavy and lights are. They come in a variety. There's really fast mechs like the Arctic Wolf. Again, your size scaling with the tonnage. And then there's the really slow, I'm going to pack as much firepower as I can and sacrifice anything else, like the Hunchback 2C. Again, they are in a middle ground in between the lights and the heavies, and they play a variety of roles. They're not full firepower, but they can pack a decent punch. They don't have a lot of armor, but they're still very versatile, or very fast, I mean. So that's kind of where they fall. I tend to like playing mediums quite a lot, and the lights, and they're also cheaper to get into when you're starting out. Heavies is going to be about probably 50% of what people play, I would say, normally. Looking up here doesn't show it quite like that, but normally there's a good amount of heavies because they strike a balance between being faster than assaults, having a fair bit of armor, and a fair bit of tonnage to put stuff on. Now, where the mediums are from 40 tons to, I think it's 55, and then heavies are 60 tons to 75 tons. You can get a fair bit of stuff on the heavies. We'll just quickly go in here because the Archer has a fair bit of armor. As you can see, 117 on the center torso, 80 on the side torsos. They have a fair bit of armor, sometimes rivaling assaults, but they are not quite as big and bulky. They still have a decent speed and a turn speed. They can fill a variety of roles again, but they are generally brawlers, heavy duty, just learn like just heavy amounts of weapons, and then again long range fire support. They don't really go much above, say, 197. And then for the last one, we get into assaults, and those are the guys who hold the line. They will have the most armor, the most weapons, the most amount of heat sinks, but they will be very slow. If you know what the Annihilator is, it can, I think it starts out running 32 which is half the speed of most assault mechs here. I have a Banshee here I just picked up. You can see he is actually outside of the screen, the preview screen. That is how tall he is and how big and wide and what you can hit. He also runs 48. So keep in mind too, the speed is not just their movement, it's also how fast they turn left and right, their torso twist, all that kind of stuff. They're designed to see you in a small hallway or like in a straight line and just decimate that way. They don't normally get much faster than 64.8. There's the Executioner and I think the Charger. There's a few assaults that run fairly fast, but for the most part, they are slow. They pack a mean punch and they can take a beating. They are very weak to lights though in the back because they have such a big back and they're very slow to turn around and access. They don't have a lot of torso like looking up and down. They don't have a lot of range normally, not as much range as say a light mech. And then same thing looking left to right, they can be fairly limited. And for today, that concludes this episode. So I hope that helps kind of give an idea. It can help with finding out what you want to play generally from, I would say, other games. If you like to play tanks, you'll find that you will want to go to heavy, maybe assault. If you like playing a faster, more agile builds, you're going to be in the lights. You can kind of translate how you play other games a little bit to this. And generally, if you're wanting a fast striker, versatile, where you have a little bit of everything, then you'd probably go mediums because you can do everything fairly decently. Like you have high speed, high versatility, a decent amount of weapons, a decent amount of armor, that kind of stuff. And yeah, anyways, if you found this helpful, please leave a comment. Let us know what you would like to know as a new player. Thanks for watching.